right, hello and welcome to Echo Chamber. We should be live. Looks like we are. This is our time in which we get to talk about the previous session and kind of go through some of the things that happened. Typically, we have some more people. We may have some joining, but for right now, it is Adrin and Amrook going over the stats as well as going through a couple questions. So I'll start us off with first question was um, the bag of holding. So something curious happened at the beginning. Well, the end of the previous week and then the beginning of this week. Frank being in the bag of holding. How do you feel about that as a DM? Now, not judging in any way. I just want to say that first. I'm just curious, like, because I was thinking about it
Oh
myself. Thank you for
yeah.
the follow, LotJack78. But just thinking about it, like, I don't know how I would logically work that out that a tiger could fit into the bag of holding.
Yeah, that might be a little difficult. That one might be a little difficult. But you know what? I got to say, back in 3-5 days, we had my friend played a barbarian. I want to say half ogre. Yeah, definitely half ogre, half orc, barbarian, and he kept a pig. He kept a pig in his bag of holding.
Okay, I mean, and
Yeah,
there
a
are,
pig.
I guess some builds in which you keep skeletons,
Yeah,
corpses, so that you can animate from anywhere and you don't need to find a fresh corpse. I get that. At the same time, I don't know. It's just a little cheeky, I guess.
yeah. Uh, eh, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember the dimensions on them. There's certain dimensions on them, but and I don't remember which one we have. I think it's a smaller one, but
Yeah, I know there is that smaller one, and it's a cubic feet that
yeah,
you're allowed to have into it. Semantics, I probably wouldn't keep track of everything you have to say, oh, your cubic feet's
exactly.
out. But at the same
Yeah,
time, in thinking about the character
some
that's
lo-
collecting javelins and everything else,
it,
sorry, a tiger won't fit.
yeah,
I don't know.
some logistical issues here.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
maybe if
yeah,
you cut the tiger up into pieces, I'd be okay. Go ahead.
yeah.
Not that you can do that
Fold them
with it.
up, fold them up.
Not that you can do that with the celestial steed, but
Yeah. And I don't. I thought his tiger was larger, like large size, because he's large size.
I,
So the
I
tiger
yeah, I
would
assume
have
he's
to be.
10 feet and he can ride this tiger, so it's got to be a ginormous
Yeah,
tiger.
yeah. So yeah, there's some logistics there that maybe they. I don't know if one of those. I don't know. You try it and see. We'll see. You might have to shove the tail in and get a plunger or something to plunge him in there.
Yeah, Frank's kind of like Frumpkin. It
Yeah,
nice occasionally, and for
mhm,
sure logistically for travel and
yeah,
that site, but in battle, I don't know.
yeah. No. Familiars and things like that usually aren't your main weapons of battle. They're like you said. They're travel and recon and uh things of that sort. Out of combat, if you will, situational. That's I guess what I was looking for.
Yeah,
In my my other campaign, playing a wizard, and I have a weasel that's a ferret, or it's a ferret that's a weasel. One of the two. Uh, Comes in super handy. There's a lot of things that he's really come in handy for. So familiars are definitely neat little
for
wizard.
sure. Well, we had Fluffy. I mean, yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
awesome to
yeah.
have. It's a cool thing to add in for flavor.
hmm
Um, I don't know, just
But also that's why I left Fluffy back at Phandalin, because I know we're going up a level. Fluffy doesn't go up in level, and he would just have gotten crunched.
Yeah,
I
one
think, you
one
know.
boulder and he was gone.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So
what does a wolf have HP wise? Like
like
20?
12, 13, something. Not even,
Yeah,
not even.
yeah.
So
So, how about? And I was really hoping Garrett was here for this, but maybe I'll ask it again later. So it was we had a first time D&D'er this time with Sean Murphy playing Odun.
yeah.
And so my question there was our first time together. Um, Garrett did a great job of give us an easy softball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
right,
a nice
right,
soft pitch. It was that walking down the road and some goblins jump at us, right?
right.
So you as a DM, how do you interact with somebody their first time? Now, I saw your interaction with Ashley for the first time, but so I don't mean a first time person joining another campaign. I mean like if you were going
Yeah,
in
first
and it
time
was
player.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you start out at fifth, sixth level. You think about it. When you start at first level, you have two or three things that you can possibly do. If you're a fighter, you can attack, and that's about it. If you're a wizard or sorcerer, you probably have one or two spells that you have. Um, Coming in playing like a fifth, sixth level druid, where you have multiple abilities, you can shape shift, you got spells you can do, you can attack. Um, and on the same lines with Sean, he's a bard. You got different bard abilities you can do. You have all these different spells. I'm definitely going to be a little lenient on the DM side and say, hey, this is what this is for. This is what this does. I was trying to do that with Ashley. Um, I think she tried to do something, and I was like, I don't know if you want to do this, but if you do this, it might be more helpful or beneficial, or don't forget about this and things like that. So just even veteran players, um, that especially is playing something that they haven't played in a while or haven't played before. As the levels go up, hey, don't forget you have this feat. Oh yeah, thanks. I mean, it just there's so much stuff that a player can do, and especially then, like I said, at first level, or sorry, first time player, it can be a little overwhelming. And like you said though, and then you know you're not getting thrown at a one or two goblins or kobolds. You're getting thrown at a couple hill giants and an Otyug and bugbears.
Yeah,
And as first time player, you're like, oh shit, what the hell is this all about? What are these things? These things are 16 feet tall, and this thing has like four tentacles coming at me. It's weird looking.
for sure.
Yeah,
And I felt for Murphy. He was like, I'm just gonna hide under the table because I got all
yeah,
this stuff. I don't know what to do.
yeah. I mean, he has no. I At that point, I mean, you talk about to the frying pan. I mean, he's that. I would have loved to have been inside his mind at that point, because you got to be going, oh shit, Garrett, what are you doing to me here? I just started just playing, and you're what the hell?
Yeah, yeah, but I do gotta give him credit. I mean, that charm that he did, that
Yeah.
hypnotic pattern, uh, changed the fight dramatically.
Oh, it did. It changed. It's hilarious how you know somebody a rookie player can just hey, I'm going to try this spell. Perfect,
It
perfect.
was the second move I've ever done in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I just changed the fight.
We just changed the fight completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So along those same lines, how do you feel? Because we've gone back and forth a little bit, but with the health bars, your ability to see the health bars for allies and enemies. So I was just thinking as we were playing, we did an adjustment so that we could see the enemy health bars. We've gone
Mm-hmm.
no health bars before. We've gone now we've come to you can see the health bars, but you can't see the numbers. I'm just, for me, I don't know which way I'd like it more because there's a little bit of suspense there. I think back to our first bugbear fight. We didn't know how much HP this thing had. We didn't know how much damage we were doing. And every time we hit, we were like, this thing's still standing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of thing. I feel like being able to see enemy health bars kind of takes that away a little bit and kind of also guides you in what you are going to do because you're like, all right, it's got about a quarter health left. I could do this. You know what I mean? That type of
And,
stuff. Whereas if you didn't know, and same thing with allies. You know, I about a month ago or so, I as Amrook, I fell to the ground having 2 HP left, knowing that I had 2 HP left, and you guys wouldn't know, but I was just trying to deter some attacks. So if you guys can't see my health bar, I think you even pointed out I can still see green there, but if you didn't see that, you wouldn't know, and so that might change what you do with your healing spells and everything else.
I mean, I'm definitely not for the numbers because as players, you should never know how many hit points, exactly hit points. Uh, Even your allies, you probably shouldn't know how many hit points. Like we always joke out of a scale of 1 to 53, how do you look for And
Right,
that's
right.
just funny. However, I look at the health bars as if you're fighting a monster and you're taking chunks out of him, and like if you're in a fight, when a dude is going to go down. You know, um,
If you know the type of creature, if you fought that creature, but your first interaction with the creature, you don't
that's
know
a
how
good
much
point. Yeah,
HP. And
yeah,
and
no, it's a good point. It's a good
N-
point.
not to mention, like, if that creature uh, is a buffed version of that,
Mm-hmm.
then you really don't know for sure. And so, like,
Yeah,
it's just building that like idea that holy crap, this thing is doing what. So
yeah, yeah.
I don't
Uh,
know.
It's a good point. It's a good point. But I fall kind of back onto it as the health bar is how does that creature look like? You know, like yeah, is he gonna? It's like does he just have a scratch on his arm, or does he look like he's bleeding out? Like
Yeah, but I feel like
let's.
those might be good question points, like for a player. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where you could ask that. Do I see this? Like, is this creature like out of breath, like what's going
Yeah,
on? You could ask that and then do your
yeah,
action, as opposed to, oh, I can see his health. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
back and forth. Again not saying anything against what we're doing. I
yeah.
just was curious to thoughts and
I mean, one way to think about it is if you're playing tabletop, real, live tabletop, you don't have health bars above minis,
right, right, exactly. And I
So
think that's what created that suspense for us to begin
yeah,
with. And again, not that the fights aren't awesome and Garrett does a great job, you do a great job. It's just I was curious your opinion and I would like to bounce around a little bit and be and us be like, we can't see his health bar, and Garrett say that's okay.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. And then like because I do find a lot of times, and I talked to Keegan about this, that I'm making some decisions as Carl and not Am Rook, and if
Hmm.
I can see those health bars, that's going to be a Carl decision. You know what I mean?
Well, again, I make those. I look at those decisions. Look at those as okay. Like, all right, I can tell. I can tell Amrook really needs help. Like, he's cuts it everywhere. He's broken arm somewhere. I need to heal him. Or if he's like down on one. That's how I look at it. Is like that health bar is like only like a little bit of sliver left. You look like shit. And
Right,
I know
right.
I'm gonna have to heal you.
Now it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's fun either way. It's just
Hmm. No, I agree. I wouldn't complain if somebody said, "Oh no, can't see health bars anymore." Okay,
exactly, and so
I'm just gonna ask. I'm just gonna be asking. Okay, what's this guy look like? How's this guy look? How's
and
this person look?
maybe that is a good way of looking at it. Maybe it's just to expedite the fight a little bit. Now that we do have 8 players,
Hmm.
that was going to be one of my questions. Was like managing 8 players plus all of the enemies. That we, it's either going to be a very prolonged fight, or
Yeah,
you're going to have to be very vigilant about you have this amount of time to make your
yeah,
move.
that's not time. Yeah. I do have to say that we are pretty quick about decision making and doing things. Even Evan, yeah, Evan's gotten better at it, but
We love you, Evan.
no, as our group, I think we are pretty good with our actions per turn. Um, as a DM though, it does take it is uh when especially Garrett recently, he's thrown a lot of stuff at us, and keeping that stuff in your head, keeping track of, okay, this hill giant has this can do this and can do that, and the special hill Uga obviously had something that um a special ability or their weapon or anyway. You know, when we
Spoiler
started,
alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. We start going up against creatures and monsters that have like beholders and other strong magic users and wizards and things like that. That's where it becomes okay. I can remember this guy has this and this guy has that. He can do this, or you know that's where
with
things slowed down for the DM.
with that being said, do you feel like the more players you have, the bigger the bads, but less of them that you're going to throw at them? That way there's less to manage, or do you keep it going about the same?
That's all preference. I don't know. That one's tough because it's situational, I guess. Sometimes you're going to have you know armies like we've been kind of fighting against. And other times you're going to have that one big monster with a couple little crunchies. Um,
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like we
yeah,
pretty much only fought three creatures or three
yeah,
things this fight. Now
hmm
there were some upstairs, but this
yeah,
session we pretty much only fought three, and that was enough. I mean,
yeah,
with that item that Uga had, I mean Emmerich,
yeah.
if Emmerich had had haste, I want to mention haste. If he had had
Uh-huh.
haste put on him, he would have knocked himself out
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure, no doubt.
yeah,
Emmerich
definitely.
had 2 HP or something like that. Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
it might have been even one.
yeah,
I like that we prepared haste, but we didn't use it. So
yeah,
therefore, Emmerich didn't knock himself out.
yeah, yeah. No, that would have been that would have hurt.
I mean,
3 more hits, 4 more. No, 3 more hits, two
two
more
more,
hits,
two more, two more.
2 more hits. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it only would have taken one, and I would have knocked myself out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't use a single superiority die. I suck. I don't know.
Oh,
Completely
I thought you did
blanked.
the one time. The one. How did you get three attacks at one time?
I have my action surge. I
Action
used
surge.
that.
That's it.
I used action surge, but
Yeah,
I completely forgot about the superiority die. I was so focused. Yeah. So I
that's
mean,
funny. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
I guess it happens. So Siddle having haste but not using it. Siddle using a fireball instead of that, holding on to
That's
that last sending.
sending. Yeah,
It just you get so into it and it just happens.
yeah, yeah.
But we did get to see Bless, and how do you feel about that?
Yay, bless. Yay.
Yeah, I still say Bless, Bane, and then Haste are probably three of the most underrated uh, assist spells in the game.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Those three definitely. Bane's a little bit less because it's one of those they get to roll a save every round, and there's a good chance that it fails and it's done. But bless is I love bless. Bless is a great spell.
Yeah,
If I'm playing a cleric, if I'm playing a cleric, definitely the first spells that I'm keeping are cure, healing word, and bless. After that, I'm just going to go. Okay, what else? What looks fun to play right now?
Yeah, you know what? Healing word when because I played that cleric in the other session. Healing word doesn't do enough healing that I almost feel you should save it to resurrect
Hmm.
people, to bring them back to
Yeah,
consciousness. Like it
yeah,
does
yeah.
4, 7 points of healing. You know what I mean? Is it worth like just casting when they're low, or do you just use it as your bonus action to pull them back up?
That's the nice thing about it is one, it's a bonus action. Yeah, bonus action to cast, and you can cast it at a distance.
Right. Yeah.
So
But
so that's why I like right now I have like four first level spell slots I still have available. Four. Yeah, I think I have all four. But those are for those situations where you're going down, he's down. Oh crap! I need to get him back up. Okay, healing word.
yeah. So two more questions before we jump to the stats. First one is about hiding. So we talked a little bit about that, and for a rogue, the way hiding goes is like you can use a bonus action to hide. Theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
a non-rogue could use their action to hide, and then you would roll a stealth check. Now, I've
Mm-hmm.
recently seen that a DM just has blatantly denied, and it wasn't in our session, but has blatantly said,
Yeah.
no, you don't have anything around you to hide. You can't do it. What are your feelings on that?
As as a well, there's as a halfling. First off, as a halfling, you can actually use uh, your allies as long as they're medium. Or I think medium or bigger. Um, any rule lawyer out there can check me on that. But as a halfling, you can use you can hide behind pretty much an ally. That's one of their feet. One of their uh, racial abilities is being able to hide, use others to hide.
I get that, but you're out
So
there in an open field. Should you be able to
yeah,
hide?
yeah, that's again one of those you can do it, but let's look at the reality of the situation. You're yeah, you're in exactly, you're in an open field. Where are you going to hide?
Right.
Maybe you find a ditch. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I guess it's one of those. You could try. The DC is going to be super hard.
Yeah. Like rolling that 20, and maybe I'll let you
Yeah,
hide.
yeah,
And even at
yeah,
then, like I feel like you had to lay down or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't know.
I always look at it this way: if the player can come up with a situation, or they can uh, give me an argument of some point. All right, go ahead, give me a roll then. That your point is valid. Let's see what happens.
That's true.
You
I
know?
mean, I will take that
Yeah.
if there is a logical explanation on how you can hide. Yeah, okay.
Hmm. Like this last session, O'Doon. If he would have said, "Okay, these are like 6 foot tables," I'm going to like do the Spider-Man thing, put myself in the corner. Like there's, if you think of a huge, big, gigantic table, kind of prop myself in the corner so you can't see me like underneath the table, sort of thing.
Right, because they're
Okay, that'd be
looking
cool.
like from 15 feet
Yeah,
down. Yeah. No, yeah,
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
example. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but then again, that does go up against that creature or whatever's passive perception. So, I mean, if it has a
Mhm.
high passive perception, that may not
Yeah.
work.
May not
You know?
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah.
I
I mean, but
doubt
like you
hill
said,
giants have a high passive perception, but maybe.
no, they're pretty dumb.
Um, so
Wisdom is good against them.
yeah, with that, let's go ahead and jump over to the stats. That's that one. You saw what I did.
Let
All
me.
right, so we'll go last
I thought.
encounter. Uh, just gonna resize it a little bit, and should be live now. With that, so first thing I would like to talk about is let me see if I can find him. Da. Damage overview and O'Doon. Does it show it? It does. Uh, oh wait, is that it?
What's that? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for our first in the campaign in the past year and a half. Our first zero damage hit.
Oh, yeah, it's there. It's there.
It looks like he had two.
He did. He did have two attacks. He attacked with acid splash, I think. But if you click on his little bar, and you go down to the what's the Otiug, I think you can. Or no, the bug one of the bugbear. There's a zero. He has two zeros. I can't
Yeah,
remember why he has
I
two
see
zeros.
the zero here to the Otiog. I think that was the
Yep.
first one. And you know what? I think the second one might have been the bruise to
The
to Guh.
that bug to
No,
Ga, or was it
Guh was
to
laying down. Guh was flat, and a javelin was thrown,
yeah.
and it
Yeah,
completely just
that's what it
hit.
was. Javelin. Was it the no? It was the you know what? It was the Uga is who it was because he was then supposed to take 0 points of damage.
Oh, that's right, the psychic damage. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yep.
So if you think about it, we had our
So I don't know
first
why I came up with
three zeros in the first game, all
yeah,
because of O'Doon. Nice job.
yeah,
Um,
nice.
it, and then let's talk about. Let's just throw it out there. Let me come over. I'm going to start off with this. So let's start off with Siddle. Siddle's damage for all time,
Uh-huh.
427, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
Previously, I mean, he was blowing everybody out of the water. And let's
Yeah.
look at Amrook now. 420. 420.
Yeah. That 7 points behind, and that was with what? Hold on here. Let's go last encounter here. What did he do? He did. Siddle did 170 points in fire damage, I believe.
Fireball alone is like 53.5%
Yeah,
of his
yeah,
damage.
yeah. He hit with that burning hands, and they hit two fireballs, both at 37 and 39 hit points each or damage each. The only thing is, he only got two creatures with that. If he would have had a couple more creatures in that blast, that would have upped
That
his
that's
damage a bit too.
true, but he did hit both Uga and Ga with two fireballs, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean that was big.
uh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
163 points of fire damage. If we look at Amrook, this latest encounter, I mean obviously he's all slashing. This latest encounter was only 100. I feel like I don't know. There was a catch up there somewhere. Don't worry,
Yeah, yeah.
Reed. Don't worry, Reed. You are still uh, close there, close third with 343.
You know what? I gotta say though, Reed had an off. Reed was had an off day this past week.
He was
There's
rolling
a
a
couple
lot.
misses he had. Yeah, he was a little off a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna blame it on that hypnotic pattern. Coming in and like not being able to shoot stuff right away would just kind of like stole the
Yeah,
momentum away. And then it's like, oh, I only have these
yeah,
like
right.
two people to shoot. What do I do? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But all right, let's take a step back and we'll go ahead and look at some other people. So if we look at Althea, one of our newer players, 2 kills this past time, all
Yeah, you should
piercing
couple kills.
damage, all piercing, right? So she must be using
Yeah, yeah.
longbow, right?
Short bow. She's gonna
Short
use
bow.
a short bow and a rapier.
Yeah, short bow and a rapier. If we look at,
Yeah,
of course, Adrin, Adrin had some fire. He had some bludgeoning. Must have used shillelagh, uh,
yeah.
and
Shillelagh. Yep.
and a little bit of piercing damage as well.
Should have been a bite attack there while I was a wolf spider.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. You like took
Yeah.
like 2/3 of that guy's HP, that bugbear's HP.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good hit. It was a good hit.
Yeah, I think
I thought
it's
I was hoping I'd take him down, but that would have been nice to be able to take him down in one round. But it is what it is.
yeah, that was like one of the first attacks as soon as we came down. So nice job
Yeah,
with that.
and it worked out good because I wanted to go back to human forms so I could cast spells. And I was like, oh man, I hope he hits. I hope he hits me. Come on, hit me. You know, because I don't want to waste and because it takes an action to drop your form,
Right.
right? So if I waste an action to drop a form as opposed to getting attacked and be forced out of the form, cool, awesome. You know,
For sure.
I don't have to spend I don't have to spend that action to drop the form.
It's actually a pretty good strategy. I'll have to remember that if I play a
Yeah.
druid.
Yes.
Or any shapeshifter like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, so I was looking at the healing today, and let's first throw it on all healing, like healing since we started keeping track. I was very surprised
Okay.
by this. You are of course number one with healing spirit healing for 233 over like 3 encounters, which is crazy to me. We talked about it being OP. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
an awesome spell in my opinion, especially being someone who is in combat and in someone's face. It is
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
needed. I feel like without it, we would not be able to take out high stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Uh,
Definitely. I mean, yeah, like he's
and then but we're really caught my eye here. All right, so we have 233 total, and
mm-hmm.
that's spread out there. And you know who is second highest in healing? In
Is lay on hands.
is Griswold. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
73 points of healing, and I think that was with a health potion as well. But I mean,
yeah.
2 lay on hands and a health potion, and he's done 73 points of healing. That one is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But he
then,
can only do it so many times.
yeah, I think you can only do it once per long rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is a little bit more limited than healing spirit for sure. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, very useful. I mean, if I were
Yeah.
Goza, I would keep that one for sure.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I was just talking smack on healing word, and I'm looking at this chart now, and it's done like 115 healing total.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like I said. That's the only bad part, or the bad part about cure wounds is you have to be within melee. So
Right.
or be able to touch the person. I guess is the thing.
Yeah.
Um. So a lot of times, a lot of times it's situational and whatnot. But yeah,
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
I would prefer. Like you said, it's the extra potential for more points of healing that you can get with cure wounds. Um.
yeah. I mean, you use
So yeah.
cure wounds at
Yeah.
fourth level, and you're getting like 30 points of health. I mean, it's basically like a
Yeah.
lay on hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to a
Yeah.
healing word at that high of a level, I mean, you're getting half of that.
Right. 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 But you know what? A lot of the times, though, I'm doing that in a combination where it's healing word and then balm of the summer court.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm
So
when I dissed healing word, I didn't mean to diss it, but at the same time,
yeah. No.
I almost feel like from playing Barry that I hold on to the healing word because I do understand. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
like a dungeon crawl in which we all almost died.
Hmm.
I forget where it was. It was there was a like a whole bunch of barrels and stuff. We had just got through the door. The door was trapped, and we were coming down. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
without healing word, I think we would have went down there. So it is an awesome
Yeah. Yeah.
spell, but it's one of those that I think it was Rusty's character, our monk, kept going down, and I just kept hitting him with it to bring him back up because
Yeah. Yeah.
if I hadn't been able to, and that creature would have turned on me, like we were done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So. It's
No,
definitely
I no,
useful.
I yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean there.
So anything else you noticed about this healing page?
No, but I do find it funny that although Griswold should be our tank, uh, you seem to almost Amrook almost seems to have almost doubled him in amount of times healed.
Oh, for sure.
Now, now, granted, I understand that Griswold also has a higher AC, I believe.
He does. So, I mean, some of the
So,
blows bounce off of him.
yeah,
I'll give him that.
yeah,
But actually, if you go
yeah,
to the last three encounters, it is evened out quite a bit. I think with his lay on hands, the difference is I get healing from more sources.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Um, Looking there. So 161 total healing for Amrook over the last three sessions, and Griswold's like 148. And 73 of that was himself. So
Yeah, yeah.
times healed though is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Time. That's what I was looking at. The times healed.
Yeah, 71 points of from healing spirit, 53 from healing word. All right, I don't. I guess I shouldn't diss it so much.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's been cast quite a bit though. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah, I guess since it's a bonus action, it just
Hmm.
you can just throw it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And throw it
yeah,
out there and throw it out there. As long as you're using a cantrip as your other one, it's not a big
yeah.
deal.
Right, right.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So,
And
uh,
I think as Adrian too, a lot of times if I am that close to melee and I have Shillelagh, I'm probably going to try to take a whack because my to hit is crazy with Shillelagh. So it's probably a good thing that I'm going to try to attack, do a healing word, and then get the frick out. So that's I think that's happened once or twice too.
yeah, and you have the mobile feed as well, right? So you can
Yeah, I love the
disengage.
mobile
Yeah.
feet.
Oh,
I love the
so
mobile
awesome.
feet.
So awesome in combination with Emrook's boots. I will say that much.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
can just
yeah.
bounce around.
You can you can definitely do deadly combinations with that. That's it's a good feat. What was the other
So
one?
so to look at some defensive stats, if we look, let's start with Adrin. Uh, Number of times attacked is 10 for 100 damage. That seems reasonable. Like it doesn't seem like you're facing fire giant or hill giants, to be honest.
I no no. Yeah, that's probably about right, eh?
Again, Althea basically 10 HP per hit that you get hit. Um,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. No, okay. I looked at that wrong. Number of times attacked versus number hits. So
Oh, okay.
it is a little bit more, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd be interested to see how that changes when we go up against some crunchies, as you called them.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's look at Griswold. So we had talked about his AC being so much higher, and here's where the
yeah, yeah.
difference is. He's been attacked 38 times, and only
38.
11 of them have hit,
That's
whereas
connected. Yeah,
Amrook's been attacked 16 times, and 12 of them hit. So
that's
so
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
the percentage chance to
yeah,
hit there is a lot higher. So that's why
yeah. It
Amrook
is
needs the healing more.
the healing more. Yeah, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
that Griswold's not doing his job. He is.
No, no, no.
Obviously, he's absorbing a lot of attacks.
But it's
Um,
fun to pick on.
oh, for sure, for sure. I'd be the first one to pick on him. I'm in line there. Uh, but I don't know.
So
I'm
not
starting to think
not to
maybe Amrook needs a higher AC. Imagine if both of the frontliners had a super high AC.
Yeah, yeah,
We wouldn't use as much healing. We'd be able to have more damage output instead of needing the healing spells. There's something there. It's a possibility.
what armor does Amrook wear?
Um, we went over this a while back. I forget right now though. I know that I could have put on. I forget what it was that drops your stealth, gives you disadvantage
Mhm.
on stealth rolls.
Yeah,
But it only like added one AC and I had
the one AC.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
Armor's
couldn't remember. You can do heavy armor, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah,
Um
you're a dwarf and a fighter. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
armor's one of those weird things because like the higher the tier, the less your dex modifier has to do with it. And
yeah,
you have to have a minimum strength and stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
I haven't looked into armor.
Oh,
The
yeah.
real consequences. Thank you for the follow. By the way, LOTJX78 said hi to you, E. Um,
Oh
just
yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Where did I didn't see that. Why am I not seeing it?
Because you jumped in the chat after he had already said it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't see who. Hello. What was the name again?
LOTJX78.
It's
LotJX78. Um,
got to be my friend Goat. That's got to be
it's gotta be GOAT.
78. 78. That's probably the year he was born. I believe we're the same age. J for 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 Joe. Uh, so Goat, if you're still out there, hey buddy.
uh, One thing I wanted to see, I think it was Althea. So I thought this was a cool stat. So she has attacked 6 times and hit 6 times. Like, what are the chances? 100% hit rate.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If we, yeah, I was just kind of scrolling through. We actually have a pretty, well, Amrook sucks apparently. I think Amrook just sucks all around. He gets beat up, he misses his
Mm.
attacks. I think you guys should just kill Amrook. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, with that being said, uh, spoiler alert here again. What's going to happen with Amrook and Griswold? Do you think?
Oh yeah, no. So that's what I want to jump into right before we end the stream. So let's do this. Um, that being said, I I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, I know like so the party has not really had that role playing yet, but
No, no. And I have a feeling it's going to come into play this week or the next time we play. There's something. I mean, we have three new players that come in. This whole thing went on, went down. Yeah, I definitely feel a heavy RP session coming on here, which
oh,
I so excited for.
I wish Evan were here because Evan told me I talked to him on Sunday and he was like, dude, I was getting mad. Evan was getting mad about the
Yeah.
situation.
Oh yeah.
He knew that Griswold was mad, but in turn, he was getting very upset about that situation, and that's why Griswold stormed out of the room.
That's
I think taking a step back, there's definitely gonna be some role playing, some questioning,
yeah.
and I don't want to give any spoilers here, but Amrook can't help it. That's all I can say.
I think Adrian's going to have to. I feel that he's going to have to be the voice of reasoning for Griswold here a little bit. Adrian kind of felt the same way as Amrook, but not in the vicious sense, I guess. You know, uh, he saw a wounded animal, is what he saw. Um,
Do you
and if
think
nobody
that
else, and it was one of those things where if nobody else was going to do it, Adrian was going to do it.
Do you think that Warwick is going to be able to get over that? Because, I mean, we talk about Griswold because Griswold stormed off, but Warwick actually, uh, got a little upset as well because um, we had done that and
Mhm.
he wanted to interrogate. He wanted to get that information, and he was kind of coming into it not knowing that this group has battled these hill giants
Yeah,
like 7 times. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I feel there was no more information we could have gathered from anybody, or if there is, it's going to be from somebody else anyway. We can parlay with the hill giants now. We could probably. So Adrian also feels that way. There was no more. Like I said, he definitely felt the wounded animal, and he also felt that this animal had no more purpose. Yeah, purpose uh, for any of this. So yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. I get it. At the same time, I would have loved to, like Carl, would have liked to, let it go, and that way she could call off like everybody else. We could, allow things to settle down a little easier. Uh, I don't think that would have happened, but Carl would have liked to see that so that it would have been an easier exit for us. But I think now we're kind of in a situation where we are going to have to hold up in that area and try to talk to the rest of the hill giants and tell them, listen, we killed uh, Uga and Ga. Haruk's coming. Back off so we don't have to kill anybody else, and Haruk can take charge.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking too. And we can prove, we can say, hey, we've I think we've only killed two hill giants in the first battle.
I mean, not that we were pulling our punches; that was just bad
No,
rolls. But
that was just, yeah. But if the only person that can speak giant um, can pull off a charisma, um, it's unfortunate that our bards probably can't speak giant
oh, for sure, for sure.
uh, to
Uh,
maybe influence them a little bit. But
Emrook now knows about 8 words,
yeah.
but I don't think that's going to get me far in a conversation. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and end it there. Anybody watching, join us on Thursday. I think we're going to go from 8 to 11 on Thursday. We're going to do a shorter session because with the holiday and everything, we will not be having a session on Saturday, and then we'll be back the following weekend. So, anything for you to sign out?
No, just be safe out there, everybody.
And thanks for
Travels and all
watching.
that. Thanks.